In every village, there are stories passed down from one generation to another. Stories that carry lessons about life, friendship, and the human heart. This is one of those stories. It is the story of Victor and Kofi, two friends bound by childhood, tested by betrayal, and reunited by forgiveness. Victor and Kofi were born in the same village, raised by the same dusty paths that ran between mudhouses and tall trees. From a very young age, they were inseparable. They played by the river, skipping stones across the water and laughing as the ripples spread. They ran barefoot through tall grass, chased birds through open fields, and dreamed about the future while lying under the wide African sky. Victor was always full of ideas. He spoke confidently, imagined boldly, and dreamed of changing the world beyond the village. Kofi, on the other hand, was quieter and more reserved. He listened more than he spoke and followed Victor faithfully wherever he went. The villagers often said that wherever Victor was seen, Kofi was never far behind. As they grew older, their paths slowly began to change. Victor became known throughout the village for his leadership and vision. He spoke during meetings, helped elders organize gatherings, and offered ideas that brought people together. Villagers admired him, praised him, and trusted him. Kofi stood beside him, supportive and loyal, but always in Victor's shadow. Inside Kofi's heart, a quiet struggle began. At first, it was only a small feeling, one he could not name. But over time, that feeling grew into jealousy. Kofi did not hate Victor, nor did he wish him harm. He simply wanted to be seen. He wanted to be recognized. But instead of speaking his pain, he buried it deep inside. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky with shades of orange and gold, Victor shared his biggest dream yet. He proposed a grand village festival, one that would celebrate culture, unity, music, dance, and storytelling. The villagers were excited. They clapped and cheered, and Victor was chosen to lead the preparations. Kofi smiled and congratulated his friend, but inside, his heart burned. Once again, Victor stood in the spotlight, while Kofi felt invisible. That night, as the village slept, Kofi's jealousy turned into something darker. In secret, he began to sabotage the preparations. He moved decorations from their proper places. He gave wrong instructions to helpers. He whispered confusing messages that caused misunderstandings. At first, he told himself it was harmless, that it would only slow things down. But betrayal never stays small. It grows silently. When the day of the festival arrived, the village expected joy and celebration. Instead, there was confusion. Decorations were missing. Performers argued. Drums lay silent. Villagers looked disappointed and frustrated. Victor stood in the center of the village square, heartbroken and confused, watching his dream fall apart before his eyes. Determined to understand what went wrong, Victor searched for answers. Slowly, the truth revealed itself. The whispers, the lies, the misplaced items, all signs pointed to one person, Kofi. When Victor confronted him beneath a large tree at the edge of the village, Kofi could no longer hide the truth. Tears filled his eyes as he confessed everything. The betrayal hurt Victor deeply. More than the failure of the festival, it was the broken trust of a childhood friend that wounded him the most. Victor was angry. He was hurt. But as he looked at Kofi, he remembered their childhood, the river, the laughter, the years of loyalty. Instead of choosing revenge, Victor chose understanding. They talked long into the night. Kofi admitted his jealousy, his pain, and his regret. He asked for forgiveness, and Victor forgave him. Forgiveness was not easy, but it was powerful. Together, they worked to rebuild what had been broken. Kofi labored harder than anyone, determined to prove his remorse. The festival was restored, and when it finally took place, it was more beautiful than anyone had imagined. The village celebrated with music, dance, and laughter. Victor and Kofi stood side by side once again, not as perfect friends, but as honest ones. Their story became a lesson for the village and for generations to come. Jealousy destroys quietly. Betrayal wounds deeply. But forgiveness heals completely.